Hello YouTube, welcome back. Chris here. Haven't done a video in a while, so wanted to get back after it and pull some tools out, and decided I would do a video on every Park Tool Freewheel remover ever made. Unlike my every spoke wrench ever made video, I actually own majority of these tools, so I decided to pull them out and do it with the actual tools instead of just pictures. So, let's go through these. The first tool, Park Tool FR-1. This is a freewheel removing tool for Shimano, Sunrace, and other brand freewheels. This is a 12-splined tool. The original FR-1 has just a regular hole for a standard axle, like one that would be solid or would use a quick release. This tool was later updated to FR2, which is longer. FR 1.2, which is a longer version of this tool. They no longer make that tool. Instead, they make one I do own, the Park Tool FR 1.3. This is a longer version. You can see in length, just a little bit extra for more reach. And also, they made the hole in the back larger. They did that to compensate for larger through axles as opposed to older quick releases. So a little bit of update to the FR1. We move on to the FR2. FR2, not a very commonly used tool anymore. This is for older, mostly Sun Tour freewheels. Really would have to be an older bike to need this tool. You don't see this very much anymore. Kind of an outdated tool, but still handy if you're working on older bicycles. Next up in the lineup, very similar, we have the Park Tool FR3. FR3 and FR2 are very similar. The big difference is your FR2 is a 2-notch freewheel remover, where your FR3 is a 4-notch. You basically have the same spacing of the notches, just 2 extra, and that is your Park Tool FR3. After that, we have a tool that's not very commonly used. This is the Park Tool FR4. Now, they offer a bunch of different names that this tool is used for, such as Adam, Regima, Zeus, and some older Schwinn. I'll tell you, the only reason I have ever used this tool or ever needed this tool was for older Schwinn freewheels. Hardly ever use it, really an old standard. But I guess if you still have that bike or that working on that bike, you need the tool to get it off. So that's it. They still make it, they still sell it, but not a very commonly used tool. Next up, probably the most commonly used tool, the Shimano FR5 from Park Tool. This is used for your Shimano, SRAM, Sunrace, any real modern cassette, minus Campagnolo. They use a different standard. But a 12-spline, very similar to your FR1. This one's really beat up. I have other ones I use. This is just the only original FR5 that I have. But still a super commonly used tool. They make many variations of the FR5, including, this is the FR 5.2. The only real difference between these tools is they made it a little bit longer. Other than that, it's basically the same tool. Not a whole lot of difference there. Just a newer version, FR5, FR 5.2. Now they make other variations, such as this one here. This is going to be your FR 5G. This is basically the same exact tool with a guiding pin. This guiding pin is really handy. This is for quick release wheels, but it keeps the tool nice and centered and straight. You don't have to worry about it wandering around or slipping as much with that guiding pin. Now they do have another version, which I do not own, and that's going to be the Park Tool FR 5.2 GT. Basically the same tool, but instead of a smaller pin for quick release wheels or axles, they make it with a larger pin for through axles. So it's a much bigger center pin, same lock ring tool down here. I also should note all your FR5s are the same tool you're going to use for any Shimano center lock disc rotors. Same tool. They also do make a Park Tool FR 5.2H, which is one of these with a built-in handle on it. So just another variation. So there is 5 different variations: FR5, 5.2, 5.2G, 5.2 GT, and 5.2H. Just because it's such a commonly used tool, definitely the most commonly used of all the FR tools, they make a lot of variations. Next up, FR6. Another less commonly used tool, but this is really handy still for single speed freewheels. This is mostly just used for single speed, either a single speed or BMX freewheel, 4-notch, larger freewheel removal tool. Still pretty common if you're working on single speed or BMX. After that, we move to our FR7. This is a really beat up FR7. I don't really ever use this tool. I don't even know where I got this tool, to be honest. Park Tool gives kind of an interesting description of this tool. It's actually very similar to an FR5. They make it a different color. They're always silver to differentiate this from the FR5. It is a 12-spline tool. It is a little different spacing. They offer on their website that this is for Falcon freewheels. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen a Falcon freewheel. They do say it may fit other freewheels as well. So I'm not 100% where I would use this too much. I do know some people use this as a Campagnolo cassette tool, but it's not the right tool. I've seen it done. It will fit, it will take it off, but it's not the ideal tool. The spacing isn't right, and you can damage your parts. But that's your FR7. Up next, FR8. Let's see, FR8. FR8 is a 4-notch tool as well. This is used for BMX freewheels, single speed freewheels, things like that. Not a super common tool, but that's your Park Tool FR8. Now, the next one is kind of interesting because it's got 2 names. This guy here is your BBT5, which is a bottom bracket tool, but they also call this FR11. They give it a hyphenated name. This is an older one, so they only call it BBT5, but the modern ones are also called FR11. This is your Campagnolo cassette tool. The reason it's also a BBT is this works on all the square taper Campagnolo bottom brackets, which are not very common anymore, but it will work on all your bottom brackets and your cassettes for Campagnolo. So that's your Campagnolo standard. I don't use this tool very much because I have the actual Campagnolo tool, which looks almost identical. Right here. Same spline, a little nicer finish, and a little better fit in my opinion, but just the Park Tool version. Well, that's it for every Park Tool freewheel tool ever made. I got quite the collection here. A lot of these are pretty old and used. These aren't all the primary ones I use. I have some, different brands and things that I use instead of some of these, so they're not all in the best of shape or that widely used. But those are them. That's every Park Tool freewheel removal tool ever made. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments. If I missed anything, got anything wrong, I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. I'm going to make some more. Thank you.